San Andreas State Marshals will be taking interest for employment. Please contact today. Please contact the county clerk today.
Do it. Do it.
What do you mean, do it?
Do it, brother. You gotta do it, brother. The departed plan, man. You can be. Oh my God! If you become a marshal, you can be Marshal of Cyprus.
Hello.
I'm calling to inquire about the state marshal position. I would like to apply.
Oh, you'd like to apply?
Correct. Yes.
All right. Can I have your name, please?
It's Lang, Sherry. Come on, don't pretend like you don't know me and my beautiful voice.
What do you mean? I thought it could be anyone else. Would you actually like to apply, though?
Yeah. Why would I be lying? Yeah, I would like to apply.
You're not a felon?
Why would I be a felon?
Because I always thought you were a felon. That's why.
Sherry, that's
fucked
up. Oh my God,
you're not a felon.
I'm a fucking old man.
Put you in, would you actually like to be a marshal? I can put you in the interest list. Why not?
Yes, I would like to. What is a marshal exactly, and what is required of me?
Well, you need to have an IQ of more than 2.
Okay.
You need to know the laws and the Constitution of the Los Angeles.
The next Chuck Norris, baby.
Easy.
And, you would have to be better than cops.
I would have to be better than cops. What do you mean by that?
Well, because you'll be investigating the cops too for their corruptions and all the other bullshit, and you'll probably be using tanks to kill the terrorists. So you have to be better than everyone. Basically, you have to be like Brittany Angel.
Nobody in the city is qualified for that.
Fred is.
That's a joke, right?
No, Fred is a state marshal.
Jesus fucking Christ. You know what the definition of insanity is, right?
Well, you can come and talk to Brittany Angel about it, but I think you are actually a very solid candidate. I'm not even kidding.
Yeah, I'd be the best candidate because I'm willing to put my own ego aside for the betterment of my people. That's why I'm a great leader and a lot of people follow me, but I would never grace my leadership to a failing government, with all due respect. And who else is a state marshal? Well, I got hung up on. Where the I'm gonna go find. We got to go find out what the fuck's going on.
Brother, listen, man. Even if it's for a week, you gotta join the marshals.
Hold on, we got to go to the courthouse. Like, no, apparently Kyle Pratt is a marshal, whatever the fuck that means.
And Kyle Pratt is fucking part of Besties, so they're probably doing our departed plan.
They hired a gangbanger.
Well, maybe he's just like you, don't have a record. But which I assume,
he shot Martin in the fucking face at a hospital.
Yeah.
There's no way he doesn't have a record from that.
Hey, you know what I mean? That's what I mean, bro. You never know with people, you know? If they got an inside guy, they gotta get out. Push your gun away. Push your gun away.
All right, sorry.
You gotta get out inside guy, get it? Like, I'm not even joking. If I didn't have a record, I would apply for PD just to be inside for like a week or 2. Marshal of Cyprus. Like Chuck Norris, baby.
Hey, if Kyle Pratt can get the job, anybody can get the job, right? I'm here to apply.
True.
Cool.
Honestly, sign him up.
Nice.
All right. Well, I'm going to ask you a series of questions, Mr. Lang.
What's the interview right here? You don't got an office? I got to do an interview in the fucking lobby?
Hey, did I hear my name? Hey, how you doing there,
hey,
Mr.
Fred.
Buddha?
Hey, how you doing?
Fred, he wants to be a marshal. Can you help him? You want to interview him?
I mean, honestly, he doesn't have a criminal record, do you, Mr. Buddha?
No.
Oh, that's nice.
I'm surprised you don't. You know, when I witnessed you shoot a man down in cold blood in the hospital, and it's quite shocking you don't have a fucking report from that or a criminal record from that.
That man pointed a gun at me. There is a report
he definitely
on it.
did. He surely did, brother. He surely did. The corruption's already running rampant here. It's crazy. I'm here for an interview.
You want to do an interview?
Correct.
Sure. Can you go ahead and put your information in with Sherry over there?
Of course I can. Yeah, no problem.
Do we allow guns into the back on civilians? He does have a weapons license.
He does.
Okay. That's probably fine. So, yeah, if you want to put your information, if you really want an interview, sure, come on back.
Yeah.
Put your information with Sherry.
Looks
and then
like you got older, Mr.
We'll
Lang.
Right.
That's how time works, Kyle. What's up?
This is Mr. Lang Buddha. He's coming in. Would you like me to take notes for you?
Holy
Yeah,
shit,
would you please take
fuck?
notes?
Absolutely.
Hi, Mr. Buddha. Would you mind please having a seat?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you. Nice to meet you. I'm Director Angel of the State Marshals. How are you doing?
I'm doing good, Angel. How you doing?
I'm doing great. So I noticed that you expressed interest in joining the State Marshals.
That is correct. Yes, I would like to become a state marshal.
Okay, let me ask you this: how much do you know about the State Marshals?
I don't know shit.
You don't know? Okay, have you read the legislation?
I have not.
Okay.
How do you know
So,
you want to be one then?
so the state marshals are a law enforcement agency that is responsible for investigating governmental corruption and providing protection details to government officials as well if they need them. We also work hand in hand with the Department of Corrections, as well as do longer term investigations, as well as certifying and ensuring proper cooperation and enforcement of all laws with local law enforcement agencies.
Mm-hmm.
So, my question to you is, what makes you interested in being a state marshal?
Honestly, I fucking despise corruption with every fiber in my fucking body. You know what I mean? Just a couple months ago, I saw a man shoot down an innocent man in cold blood inside the hospital and walk away without a fucking single, criminal record. It was very interesting how this happened. It got me to thinking
Really?
and led me down a path of wanting to actually combat corruption in the best way I knew how. And now I feel like this is destiny because I have never even heard about this, and it seems like it's the perfect place for me to be.
What an inspiring story.
Well, that's amazing. So,
Yeah.
I think that's a really nice story. Well, let me ask you this: do you have any previous law enforcement experience?
I wouldn't say law enforcement. I mean, I was, a mayor for 2 terms. I worked for the DOC for a while. I was a lawyer for a brief period. Not anything
had a
in
space
terms
shuttle.
of being a police officer.
You had a space shuttle?
I was blown up. I do not like to talk
Oh,
about
that's
that.
right. I remember the space shuttle. You had the program up there.
Yeah, a long time ago, yeah.
I got
We
you.
actually used to work together, Lang Buddha and me.
Yeah, I know. I worked with him too. 'Cause we all worked together. Like it's like
We did all work together before. This is great.
Yeah. It's full
Kinda like
circle moment, you know?
yeah, the family's getting back together again almost, you know?
Yeah, that's right. The family, that's right. The great old family.
Okay, so next question for you. When you think government corruption, could you give me an example of government corruption in the past that you would have liked to have seen more thoroughly investigated?
Oh my God. I mean, where the fuck do I begin? How far in the past are we talking here?
I mean, really any examples you can think of.
Well, I mean, the fact that we allowed somebody to be elected as mayor, then somehow within the same, I don't know, couple of weeks, create and control this entire council that was a facade for the people, but the reality is nobody was fucking able to be removed. They were absolutely fucking immune, and they listened to everything this fucking guy said. And this guy somehow appointed himself the fucking commissioner of the police department, and then became a fucking police officer and used any source of power that he can to abuse it.
Yeah, I definitely feel like if the state marshals were around back when that was happening, a lot of that would have been cut off at the knees.
I would have done something about that, Angel.
That's right. That's right.
Like your clothes, Mr. Lang. You're looking good. Looking buff.
Thank you. I wish I could say the
What's
same.
your workout routine? I'd love to, get that.
It's
Try and
called,
put some muscle on myself.
I watched this video on YouTube. It's called the One Punch Man Workout. I do it every morning now.
Oh, so 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups, 100 jumping jacks, 100 squats, and then a 5-mile run.
That is correct.
Very nice.
This guy
Okay,
said P90X.
my
Holy
apologies
shit.
about that. Okay, so do you have any experience at all with law enforcement?
I mean, like I said, I mean, it's very hard to answer that question. It's yes and no. When I was the mayor and when I worked for the DOC, I was very involved in creating legislation, working with the PD on a number of things, but I was never a police officer.
Yeah, you're never a police officer. That's right. Okay. So if we were to hire you for this position, there's a lot of basic police what's the word I'm looking for? A lot of things that police officers know that can
Yeah.
be helpful when they're doing investigations. So I'm going to ask you the same question that I asked them. Can you tell me what reasonable suspicion and probable cause are?
No fucking idea.
At least
Okay.
he's honest.
Nice.
At least
mean,
he's honest.
I appreciate
Listen,
the
I'm not gonna
honesty.
walk up in here and fucking Google the term and pretend to know what the fuck I'm talking about, then get a fucking badge and walk around out there pretending I know what the fuck I'm talking about. As a matter of fact, I have no fucking
Well,
idea. So here I am, unintentionally
okay.
fucking applying the wrong fucking force to fucking bullshit that fucking happens in the city, and I get sued.
Well, I understand. Listen, if you got hired to a police department and you didn't know what you were doing, it'd be pretty evidently clear. And
I don't know. Just ask Kyle.
well, Kyle actually knows what he's doing. I think for the most part, he's
Oh,
got
he
a lot of
definitely does.
experience
That's for
in
damn
tenure,
sure.
so-
He definitely knows what he's doing. I never said he didn't.
Right.
I used to be Lang's favorite cop.
That's right. You were.
Times change, guys. People get older.
Okay, well, times do change. You're right. Okay, let me ask you this then. If
Okay.
there was any change that you would like to see
You guys got a good
in the
shitter
city,
here?
what would it be?
At least you gotta go to the toilet.
I couldn't hear you over fucking Cow Mao and his annoying fucking voice. Can you repeat that?
If there was any change that you would like to see in the city, what would it be?
I mean, a new mayor, but I guess that's already happening, honestly.
It's true. It is happening.
More power to the people, more power to businesses, and actually seeing people wanting to do good for the city and not pretend that they do, and it's only for personal gain and ego. And it's got nothing to do with the fucking city.
Those are all very good answers. Okay. Let's put a hypothetical question in front of you. Let's say you're hired as the marshal and Nino Chavez ended up winning the mayoral election. He is currently on a small rally that's going around the city, and he stopped by the old city hall so that he could have a speech. You are charged with his protection and security for the event, and you have set up around the facility with snipers everywhere to make sure that nothing bad could happen. But all of a sudden, you hear some shots ringing out, and you're standing next to him. Would you jump in front of the bullets to save Mr. Chavez's life?
Fuck yeah, I would. That's my fucking mayor right there.
Well, very good. I think that's a good answer. Do you have any military experience?
Define military.
Any combat experience, whether it be against political or domestic enemies?
I survived the rise in the revolution of the South Side years ago from monsters you could never imagine would exist.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. Okay, let me ask you this. So I know in the past that you've been getting up to, and I'm talking like years and years ago, you used to get up to some crazy activities. Is that life behind you? Are you on the straight and narrow now?
I've been in Los Angeles for back in Los Angeles almost a year now since my departure, and I don't really do crazy shit. I'm just an old man who yells a lot.
Okay. And you're looking to make a difference?
To be honest with you, I want nothing to do with this, but after I found out certain pieces of information, I couldn't help but try to get involved.
Well, what do you mean by that?
Oh, corruption and all.
Could you expand on that for me?
It's just a feeling within me. You know what I mean? It's like my spidey senses. When it tingles, I can't help but just act.
Please elaborate.
When these things.
Would you feel more comfortable answering that question if Pred left the room?
Oh, of course, yeah.
Would you mind stepping out in the hallway, please?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Hey, I think this is a good one here, by the way.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I would love to train Lang Buddha. I bet I could kick him. I bet I could turn him into a serious. Oh, I bet I could turn him into something great.
So be honest with me.
Yeah.
What shit did he do to you?
What do you mean? Listen, okay.
How long ago was it?
Maybe 3 to 4 weeks ago. And let's more on the 4 weekend. Okay. The fucking gang that he was in, called the fucking Besties, okay, was hunting me and my people down all over the place over an altercation that took place at Frank's, the hot dog
He's in a
booth.
gang.
He was in a gang. I don't know if he's in a gang now, but at this point he was in the gang. And this altercation took place because his gang member, okay, named Future, bought a stall. They rented a stall there. And then they came over to our fucking stall and started throwing rats and talking all sorts of shit to our stall. So then our stall went over to their fucking stall, threw a bunch of rats and rotten food at their shit. And then things got real cheeky, and they took out guns, started blasting us. We took out guns, started blasting them. They went to jail because, they had illegal guns and whatnot. We didn't go to jail. We got treated for our wounds, whatever. Fast forward. I'm clapped again in the seat of my car. Okay. As I'm there bleeding out, a man finds me, brings me over to the hospital, has me in his hands, walks by Kyle Pred. Kyle Pred goes, "This guy's got a gun. He's got a gun. He's got a gun." He pulls out his fucking gun and murders this guy in cold blood in the fucking hospital.
I see. And if I were to give you a time or a date of this, would you be able to corroborate this? Let me pull it up.
I want to say like 5-6 weeks ago, maybe is probably the most accurate guess I can give.
June 6th?
Yes, that sounds like that makes sense. Yeah, it wasn't that long ago, but it was, it was kind of far back, man. But the problem is this guy don't have a record, so it's very clear that motherfuckers can't even do the jobs. How does a guy get away with fucking murdering somebody in the middle of a hospital?
Well, to be honest with you, from my understanding and reading of these reports, because this stuff did come up during his background check, but pretty much every single one of these was deemed to be self-defense or he was the victim of a crime.
Let me ask you a question. Okay?
Sure.
When you carry somebody, okay, to
Sure.
the hospital, okay, let's say they're about, they're 42 years old, they're 6'2", maybe like 220 pounds, right? And you're a fucking little man, okay? You go by the name of fucking Martin Banks. You're like 5'2", maybe like 140 pounds. You're gonna use one hand to carry the guy in, or you're gonna use both hands, you think?
I don't know how to answer that.
Well, likely you're gonna use both fucking hands because this guy's heavy
Probably.
as shit. Okay.
Probably, right. Yeah, probably. Right.
And why in God's name would you be going to a hospital with a gun out, with a dead, and hypothetically speaking, with a dead man in one hand and a gun in the other to go find another man to kill him? Where's the logic there?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Well, because there isn't fucking logic there. It's very clear that the likely scenario that was happening was the man that was incapacitated in the arms of the other man was brought to the hospital for treatment. This man wasn't going there to kill somebody
You were
while
with Marty,
simultaneously, yeah, correct. While simultaneously having somebody else in his other fucking arm, like that just doesn't make sense. No way you can fabricate the story to make that make sense. The fact that the police officers even believe this was self-defense, I wish I knew this. I would have taken this to court. This is gross negligence.
Yeah. I don't disagree, honestly. Like, with the context of this coloring in the statements that I'm reading here, that makes a lot more sense.
And from what I've spoken with the officers, okay, the what's the word? The investigative tools you guys have now. Could you guys fucking determine where the bullets came from and if somebody got shot in the back or in the front? Isn't that?
I think I understand why nothing happened with this one.
Why's that?
It was led by Slacks and Clarkson.
Oh, there you go.
That would explain
Corruption.
a lot.
Yeah, corruption.
Listen, I can't tell a lot of people this, but hopefully this might make you feel a bit better. I've got a big case going on Slacks right now because I've noticed a lot of things that are very concerning, just like this. So he's not dead. He's still alive. And even if he was dead, I'd drag his fucking corpse into the courtroom.
Well, are they twining all that he's dead? Is that fake?
He's not dead. He's in the ICU.
Oh, shit. Okay. Thank God.
Yeah. Listen, this is very concerning to me. And I can understand why you'd be upset about Pred. I didn't know that he was in a gang. I mean, I knew of all these incidents, but from what I could tell, they looked like self-defense or no conclusion could be drawn from them.
I'm not necessarily worried about Pred. I'm more so worried that it doesn't matter if it was Pred, me, you, don't matter who it was, that somebody is capable of getting away with murder in front of a bunch of police officers in the middle of a fucking hospital and simultaneously go and apply for a job, which the entire point of the job, maybe I don't fully understand, is to investigate corruption.
That's correct. Yeah, that's the point of the job. Well,
man, can I take this to court? Or is that out of limitations? When did that incident take place?
This is 40 days out of statute of limitations, unfortunately. Yeah, it's pretty old.
Yeah, Lang is very obviously being very hypocritical here, Chad. Like he's also a very dirty criminal.
Can you confirm that he's like actually in a gang? Like you're not just saying that. You mean that? Like he's in a cold hard criminal gang, like blooded in member?
If I wanted to be a complete asshole, I would assume that he's still in that gang. But the truth of it is, I don't know if he's in the gang anymore or not. But when this incident took place, he was very much a part of this gang. Yeah, called the Besties, led by, I believe, Forehead and Ming.
Okay, that's rough.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's definitely thrown a big wrench into the cogs of what I was doing today. So
Well, I mean, listen, I would follow your intuition on what you think you're doing here and what you think is right. You know what I mean? Don't take my word for fucking gospel. I'm just giving you my story and my point of view. You know. But
I understand.
You know, this incident in the hospital was a very malicious act of murder. It wasn't self-defense. I mean, Martin, you can believe me or not, had me in his fucking hands and his back turned to Pred. We didn't even understand who the fuck he was yelling at when he was yelling he had a gun. He had a gun. We thought he was talking to somebody else, and he pulled his gun and just shot Martin in the fucking back.
Right. Of course, I understand. If that's true, then that's basically cold-blooded attempted murder right there.
Yeah, and somehow got away with it. So, fuck, I wish I knew this
Well,
information. I would have fucking destroyed this in court.
I feel like you should have FOIA'd it. I think you would be able to do some good stuff with it. I will say this: I've taken a keen interest in the police department because I've noticed a lot of incidents like this. Side note, I don't know if you know this, but a lot of their detective units don't even know how to articulate probable cause or reasonable suspicion. And that might not necessarily mean a lot to you as a civilian, but essentially what that means is they don't even understand the reasons why, when, or how they can detain or arrest people. And they can't explain that. That's very concerning. And it seems like there's a lot of people in the police department that are sorely lacking in foundational knowledge that would let them do the right thing in situations like this. And it's a pretty big undertaking that I believe the next mayor is going to have their hands full with. I personally am taking a keen interest in holding these people accountable for issues
always
like
been an
this.
issue with the PD because newsflash, brother, people are playing the
I can't
game,
speak
and
to the
you can't
past.
blame
I mean,
people
this
for
is all
not
out
really
of
giving that much
statute.
of
I
a
can't
fuck.
do
I mean,
anything
I
with
never
this.
did when I was a cop. Let's be
I
real
can
here.
bring up no criminal charges. I can investigate the actual circumstances and discuss it with people, but that's as far as it'll ever be able to go.
Okay. Well, I mean, I'm interested in the position. Any other questions? Feel free to ask. I'm very genuinely interested in being a part of the state marshal program. Like, it's such a piece of shit, dude. Like,
To be a state marshal, you would need a significant amount of police training. Are you willing to put forward the efforts to learn the ins and outs of being a police officer and everything that the job entails?
of course, yeah. Like, it's never coming back here, dude.
So I appreciate you coming for the interview. Do you have any questions for me?
Where'd you get your arm? Looks cool.
I got it from a company called Procyon Medical. I think it was run by Mary Mushkin. I got it a few years ago.
Shit, all right. Looks fucking badass.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
No problem.
Yeah, it was actually made out of the leftover remnants from my tank from the Sanguinian War.
Oh, shit, okay. Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, well, if you don't have any other questions, I appreciate you so much for coming in. We are currently going through our interviews one by one and deciding on who we're going to move forward with and who we're going to be holding off for now. So I'll make sure to reach out to you in the coming days and let you know our answer.
All right,
I also should let you know that anyone who successfully goes through the interview process will be moved forward to a DNA check just to make sure we can do a full background check and ensure that there's no hidden issues that could pop up. So provided that
you tell me Pred passed the DNA check?
Yeah.
How is this possible? That is so hard to believe, with all the respect.
Well, because all the incidents, because he did come back to some incidents, but they are all out of statute.
Okay, interesting. All right.
And the only one that was in statute, he was a victim of.
Yeah, but isn't that only for like legal, like?
So.
Okay, well, understandable. All right. Well, yeah, no problem. DNA check, no problem.
Okay. Awesome. Well, we'll reach out to you in the coming days. Did you leave your information with Sherry?
I did, yeah.
Perfect. All right. We'll reach out to you in the coming days. Thank you very much for coming in, Mr. Buddha. Would you mind letting him out, Sherry?
Thank you so much, Angel. It's good to see you. You look great.
I really hope you get hired, Mr. Lang.
You as well, Pred.
You know, Lang, I think we could do a good
Oh,
job.
I'm lost.
That's the wrong way.
Sorry about that.
No, I think we could do a good job together, Mr. Lang.
Yeah, me too, Pred. Me too. You fucking asshole.
Hello.
Let's get out of here, Roosh. This place is corrupt as shit.
Bye, Mr. Lang.
What's up, Martin?
Have a good day.